So, you've returned. Welcome, dear listener. My name is Marcy, your one and only secretary as well as social media manager for the Amidst Posteriors, and welcome back for another episode of Tales from the Catalogs. It's a pleasure to present this episode to you. I hope you're all doing well at the moment and are ready for another story to be told. Also, do not forget to follow our socials at Amidst Posteriors Official on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok to see updates and more. Now, before we commence, we would like to warn you that this episode will be rather heavy with its subject matter and may contain triggering content that could potentially be too much for some. If you are sensitive to the subject of suicide and death, please listen at your own discretion. If it's too much, I do recommend not listening further and await next episode instead for your safety. Thank you. Disclaimer: this is a work of fiction. Any and all names or places that match real life are purely coincidental. To your right, there is a door. Once you cross this threshold, you shall weave your life with the threads of your unbecoming. It will unfold before you, grasp you, and you have no choice but to hold its darkness. For in darkness, we have reason to find the light.
Become a local hero.
I guess no one's sleeping tonight.
I apologize for barging in so late. Are you still taking clients?
We were just about to close, actually.
I really am sorry. It's just that the next funeral home is 2 towns away from here, and I don't think I can ask the ambulance staff to drive me further away from our barrio.
How recent?
Just last night. Please, I will compensate you for your time, regardless of the funeral costs. I would do anything for her.
How old was she?
16.
My condolences. Your kid?
Yes. She is.
Let's discuss this inside. Have the staff transfer her at the back.
I cannot thank you enough for this. Truly.
Please, don't think much of it. It's late. It would be unwise to travel at this hour, especially near landslide areas. Please have a seat. I'll have the selections ready.
Thank you.
Here we are. Browse all you like. If there's anything that needs changing or special requests, you can tell me. We can reach an agreement for it. I'll just ask you some questions while you're at it.
She would have liked something really simple. She expressed that much before. Grace didn't want me spending too much on her.
Her name is Grace.
Yes. Grace Oliveros.
It's just you tonight, then. What about her mother?
It's always been just the two of us since her mother left. I sometimes question whether or not being a single parent is enough for her. If she needs more than that.
I'm really sorry. It must have been difficult raising her alone. Would it be alright if I asked how Grace passed? Just so I'll know what to do.
Oh, um,
You don't have to tell me if you aren't comfortable with it. I have the means of knowing how. I just prefer asking my clients up front.
she killed herself.
I see.
It's been a tough life for her, having only one parent. I just wish she could have talked to me more about it.
Have you settled on the selection?
Yes, I'm sorry.
Don't be. I'm not rushing you. But I'd rather we settle your arrangements as soon as possible. We can only do so much for the dead than we could for the living. She would want you to go home and rest.
I know what you mean. This set should be good, with the two big bouquets.
Do you have any special requests?
I have a teddy bear of hers in my bag actually. I brought it with me.
I see. Would you like me to sit it beside her?
If you could. She never slept without it. Seems like she'll need it beside her for a very long time.
Expect a call from me in a day or two. She should be ready by then. In the meantime, get some rest, Mr. Oliveros. I'm sure it has been a rough few days for you. My deepest condolences for your loss again.
Thank you as well for lending me your time at the most inconvenient hour. I'll be expecting your call. Good night, sir.
Become a local hero. Thanks.
The flowers are ready.
Hello? Hello?
Hello, Grace.
What? How are you doing that?
I can hear you. You can hear me just fine there.
Yes, I can hear you.
Do you know where you are right now?
No. It's a little cold here.
Are you scared?
Just lonely.
Your father. He dropped you off a few hours ago. Do you know why you're here?
My dad? My dad. He wasn't supposed to be home last night.
And why is that?
He was supposed to be on his night shift.
He was.
It happened so quietly.
I'm guessing you already know what happened to you.
Am I not supposed to?
Well, most of my clients, they don't really remember anything out of shock. Takes them a while after talking to me.
Do you always talk to dead people? How do you do that?
I can't really explain it, kid. I inherited this ability. My grandma left me an old radio that helps me talk to the deceased.
Like a telephone.
Exactly.
So is this what you do? Just talk to dead people?
I fix them up real nice, too. Help their loved ones get a last familiar look at them.
So you work in a funeral home?
Yes.
And you talk to dead people on your silly little radio?
That is indeed what I do.
That's so cool.
Do you think so?
Yeah. What do you and dead people talk about anyways?
Well, I asked them if they want me to pass on any messages for them. Maybe they'd like to tell me stories of their lives. Some, they just want me to keep them company as they wait for someone.
Who are they waiting for?
Who knows? Some of them mention a loved one. Sometimes it's a cloaked figure. Most of the times it's a bunny.
A bunny? That's so weird.
Well, when you tend to dead people, you come across all walks of life.
Maybe some people really just like bunnies and rabbits.
I suppose they do. You could say they like to hop alongside them.
Don't do that again.
What, you don't like jokes?
Not when you sound like a dad.
Okay then.
You mentioned something about about passing on messages.
Yes, and what about it? You got anything to say to someone?
I don't know. I feel like I didn't write enough for my dad. Can the dad feel regrets?
Well, that depends. Are you feeling regret right now?
About what I did? No. Just wondering whether or not I left everything tidy is all.
Well, we'll be here for a while. You can tell me anything.
Man, where do I even start?
Do you remember what you wrote for your dad?
I do. Though, it's been a lingering thought on how I could probably have written more. Told him all the stuff he needed to know. It feels different when you hear my stories come from someone else. That's why I felt like it needed to come from me.
Is there more you wanted to say to your dad?
Oh, lots of things. I set my affairs in order. I really did. There's just so much you can do and say to one person. I couldn't possibly have included all of them.
Anything you wanted to tell your dad, or just anything you always wanted to say, you can lay it here. I know you probably only hear a voice, but it's just your embalmer ready to listen to you.
You've got an odd sideline for an embalmer, but I think you're pretty cool. Not me, though.
You don't think you're cool. I'm sure you've done lots of amazing things while you were here.
Oh, you know my dad wanted me to do all sorts of stuff in school? Music, sports, academics, and the like.
Did he ever pressure you to be an achiever?
No, it's not like that. He gave me the freedom to choose what I wanted to do. To figure out where I was good at. And I guess I did. I was good at everything I did. Really, really good. Most times I didn't even know what I would choose.
Well, I don't see any problem with that.
I never did it for myself.
And why not?
I was so sure that I never had a future to begin with. So why would I really bother figuring out those things? I just didn't want my dad to be unhappy with me.
And why would he be unhappy with you?
You know, sometimes I get these images in my head of how life for my dad would have been different if he just chose not to have me. Do you ever get that?
I do. We all do, once in a while. You can't really help it.
I agree. Sometimes I think my father could have lived a better life without me. The what-ifs that haunt me. What if he had a kid who was just more than, well, this?
I understand that. Sometimes I think about what my life would have been if I wasn't an embalmer.
What would you have wanted to be?
Well, I always wanted to try knitting.
You're so silly. You can knit and still be an embalmer, you know.
You sound so sure of that.
Duh, it's a hobby. That's different from having a job. You can always do it when you're off work.
Well, Miss Smarty Pants, I'll be sure to pick up a book as soon as I'm done with you.
You really should. You sound like you need something else to do than just funeral stuff.
I do plenty enough, mind you. Besides, I'm fond of being an embalmer. I get to help send people off. And I get to talk to you.
You've probably talked to someone who's done the same thing as I did, huh?
A select few, yes. I have. What is it?
Nothing. It's nothing. Where were we?
You were talking about your dad.
Right. My My dad. He deserves better. I know I'll probably sound like a hypocrite, but I know he doesn't deserve this too. Me being gone. I don't feel any remorse for what I did, though. Doesn't that bother you?
Has living with your father been a struggle for you?
I feel like living with me is more of a weight to him than the other way around, actually. My father didn't deserve to be left with a child he didn't ask for. He didn't deserve my mother leaving him with nothing but a letter telling him she wants no part in his life or mine. My father. He doesn't deserve to be saddled with the responsibilities of raising a child on his own.
Have you ever thought that maybe it's not about what he deserves, but instead what he wants?
Remember when I told you about these images we get? Well, I always get one of my dad's smiles. It's haunting how bright it is. He's in a cheesy vacation shirt with his old torn hat on his head. He can't wait to venture out and do all the things he wanted to, all listed in his worn out college notebook or his hopeful graduation essay. His smile. When he's with me, it's just bitter. Bitter among the bills under the table, our house full of ghosts. All because of me.
Did you know your father dropped you off with your bear?
He brought my bear with me?
I've never seen a father so devastated, yet dedicated to make sure his kid was comfortable even her last moments. He cares so much for you.
Well, that's probably just because I'm his kid. He has to.
You're his kid. I don't know shit about being a parent, but I know a thing or two about losing someone I care about.
Wait, are you actually lecturing a dead kid right now?
No, I'm not. That's not the point here. The point is that I hope you move on, knowing that it was never your fault or your father's. No use crying over spilled milk, you know? What's done's done.
Do you really mean it?
Kid, I talk to dead people. I'm as genuine as I can get.
Well, if you say so.
I'm almost done here, by the way. I'll start ordering makeup soon enough.
Cool, I hope I get to still be around.
Do you want anything fancy for your face? We could keep it simple if you'd like.
You take requests for makeup?
I can manage it. So long as I have the materials.
You're so cool. Hey, do you think it would be possible to stick, like, rhinestones on my face?
The sticker kinds?
Yeah, I like them. I've always wanted to have makeup with rhinestones. I just never knew where to get them.
Sure, I can probably get them near a craft shop here, but it'll have to wait until the morning.
Cool. Say, do you like high faces, mister?
I fell down a slide once. Shocked me for life.
You keep getting sillier and sillier. I, for one, happen to like high places.
And why is that?
Well, I always used to stand on hills and rooftops. I would always look at the world below, and deep down, a little voice would tell me that I am an insignificant speck. It wouldn't matter in the grand scheme of the universe.
Now, why would you think it wouldn't matter?
You know how they say we leave a mark on those we touch with our hearts and stuff? Any normal person would tell me I will always matter to someone. That's just to someone else. Question is, how will I matter to me?
That's a very odd question.
Right? Even I can't understand it. All I know is that at the end of the day, my friends will still be making letters. My dog will probably start to wonder where I've gone. And my dad will keep looking for me in school waiting sheds, or in the car, or at the dinner table, or in my room, but I will simply not be there. And I have chosen not to be. It's something I wanted. A world without me in it. That's very selfish of me, isn't it?
Yeah, but remember what I told you?
No use crying over spilled milk.
You asked me earlier if I've spoken to people who took their lives too.
I wanted to know if they ever had bitter sentiments or regrets. Because if they did, then surely there's something wrong with me.
Would you like to know what they told me? Is that every single one of us is merely a passing thing, no matter how short or how long they stay.
The bunny says he's here to pick me up.
He's quite early.
I'm scared.
I know you are. It's normal. But you're gonna be okay.
Hey, do you happen to know what's on the other side? Can you tell me so I'll feel less scared?
I only talk to dead people. I've never been dead. I'm sorry I can't tell you what's on the other side. However, I'm sure it'll be wonderful. Just stick with the bunny, alright?
Oh, okay. Don't forget my rhinestones.
I won't. I promise.
We've been talking this whole time, but I still don't know what to call you.
You won't need my name where you're going. Safe travels, kid.
Oh, one last thing before I go.
What is it?
Tell my dad that on days where he's constantly looking for a trace of his daughter, he'll have it with my bear. Don't let him bury it with me. I'll always be with him that way.
You've got it, kid.
Enjoy the story? I hope so. This is Marcy from the Amidst Posteriors, and I would love to extend my gratitude to you for listening up until the end of this rather emotional episode. If you like this episode, rest assured there will be more to come soon. For updates, please do follow our socials on Twitter and Instagram at Amidst Posteriors Official. Before I end this, I would like to say that if you struggle with depression, mental illnesses, and suicidal thoughts, know that you are not alone and that your feelings are valid. You mean something to someone out there, even if you don't realize it right now. If you or someone you know struggles with such, I implore you to contact the following hotlines for mental health crisis intervention. For Manila Lifeline Center, call 02-89-69191 or 0917-854-9191. For Western Visayas, call 1-800-10-333-8336, 0998-53-24047, and 0925-54-69919. Remember, you are loved, you are valid, you are someone who deserves the world, and you deserve to live happily. This has been Tales from the Catalogs, and we will be seeing you real soon. Bye-bye!